this weekend's fight night right here. Michael Morales and Gilbert Burns. I was going to co-main event here for a second. Michael Morales, Gilbert Burns. Michael Morales undefeated. Any other fights you want to talk about before we get to the main event and co-main event?
Yeah, on the prelims, Tisha Pennington versus Luana Pinheiro. That's, I think, leading off the entire card. That's a fun fight. And Jared Gordon versus Thiago Moises. That's another fun fight on the prelims. Let's get into this co-main event. There's not a whole lot going on with this card, though. This is a 7 p.m. Apex card, though, so we like those, a little earlier for us here on the East Coast. Rodolfo Bellato versus Paul Craig.
Bellato is 12-2, 7 KOs, 4 subs, 1 decision. Has won 4 out of last 5. Had a draw with Jimmy Crute his last fight. So
majority draw, yep.
Yeah, 1-0-1 in the UFC. Paul Craig, 17-9-1, 4 KOs, 13 subs, 100% finishing weight. He's lost his last 3 in a row, though. He's only won 1 out of his last 6. The thing with Paul is he's just fought a lot more tougher competition. I feel like Paul's career could be on the line here in the UFC right now with so many, despite the fact he's been an exciting fighter, so many losses in a row. He's not a former champion like that. He really needs to get this win against a hungry guy who's had some success recently. That being said, maybe I'm just going with my heart, but I hope that Paul Craig finds a way to get the win here, and I hope he gets a submission because that's just what Paul does if he's going to win. I'll say round 3, Paul Craig submission.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of Rodolfo yet, so it's hard to say if he's going to be able to beat a very difficult vet in Paul Craig, so especially on the ground. I mean, he's a KO guy. Paul Craig's been hit and knocked out a few times in the UFC, even lately. So we just haven't seen Rodolfo on the ground. So I got to pick Paul Craig. He's the most dangerous guy above Charles, in weight class. So I'll say round 1 sub, but I agree with you. Paul Craig needs this win more. Not only has he lost a bunch, but he had that terrible fight with Bo Nickel. That was just so boring and everyone hated it so much. So that'll put you on the chopping block too. So
yeah.
Let's go Paul Craig. I say round 1 sub.
All right.
Wish it into existence here. So main fight here, number 8, Gilbert Burns versus number 12, Michael Morales.
Andy Burns wants to know Burns and Morales. We're going to tell you. All right. Michael Morales is 17-0, 12 KOs, 1 subs, 4 decisions, 5-0 in the UFC. Great record. Gilbert Burns, though, 22-8, 6 KOs, 9 subs, 7 decisions. He's lost 3 in a row now as well. And he's won 2 out of his last 5. He's almost in that Paul Craig kind of territory, but Gilbert, he's been in title fights. He's been super exciting. I don't feel like
he's fighting the top guys, though. Paul Craig is not fighting the top guys.
Yeah, so I don't feel he's quite in there. He's more like if he loses this weekend, maybe the next one he'll have to worry about. But yeah, this is kind of the showcase for Michael Morales, I feel like, right? This is going to be to see if he can take that next step against a guy like Gilbert Burns. I've been impressed. I've seen Michael Morales a few times. Gilbert's so strong everywhere. It's kind of hard to go against a veteran until I see it. But my gut is telling me this is going to be Michael Morales's, day. I don't know if he's going to be able to finish a guy like Gilbert, though. I'm going to say this goes all 5 rounds. And I'll pick Morales by decision.
Yeah, obviously Morales, super dangerous striker versus anyone. And Gilbert has a chin, but he is willing to engage in a war like we saw when he fought Usman or Khamzat. I've seen some training footage of him, and he looks like he's in the best shape that I've ever seen him in. But he's 38 years old, and Michael Morales is 25. He's super dangerous, like I said. So I don't, it hurts me. I'm rooting for Gilbert Burns, but I think that Morales puts it on. I'm going to say round 2 KO for Morales, but we haven't seen Morales in 5 rounds. So if it goes past round 3, I got to pick Gilbert, but I don't think it does. I'm going to say Morales round 2 KO.